What is happening, guys? My name is Jamie and today we are reviewing an album of a band. It's called Selbst and we're reviewing Relatos De Angustia. So there have been some really good black and death metal albums this year. We had Svarskons, we also had Gyra, and to add another band in the mix, it's Selbst. Now this album was very impressive in my opinion. I actually really did enjoy it. Some really awesome melodies throughout some of these songs. Now what I really love is the overall atmosphere on this album. It's very sinister and it creates an atmosphere very similar to bands like Magua. How I can explain to you the sound, it's like Magua meets Ulcerate because there are some awesome moments, some very technical moments as well, but still holds true to that black and death metal sound. They incorporate elements of black metal along with black and death metal, incorporating death metal vocals, and his vocals are pretty good. Now Selbst are a South American band hailing with one composer, and that his name is N. He's also a vocalist and he's also the lyricist. Now he has created a pretty solid album in my opinion. The previous album was a banger as well, though this album is slightly better in my opinion. It's got the ethereal atmospheric vibe that you'd love from black and death metal, and of course the album kicks off with such an interesting introduction with some really nice lavishing guitar moments along with drums that builds up to the second song, which is absolutely chaotic. It's very chaotic in a good way with fast blast beats throughout the song along with really awesome tremolo pickings. What does get annoying about this album is the overall guitar tone. The high-pitched guitar tone is slightly annoying in my opinion, and that's just one criticism of the album. At times, Selbst sounds like Behemoth, especially in the introductory song. Preludium, very interesting song, creating that atmosphere. Band really shines when we get the third song, The Depths of Selfishness. I really love this song. I also love how proggy it is. There are different odd time signals throughout the song with some many awesome guitar moments. The bass beats are fucking insane throughout this song, incorporating really nice drum fills, and his vocals are intense as anything. This is when N really showcases his vocals, his guttural vocals that sound very similar to Nurgle in some cases, even the Gyra singer as well. I just really love the visceral tone. So this was the single that I checked out a few months ago, and I've been waiting for this album to drop. Listen to this single again, I was very impressed. I was really impressed of how good it flowed. But you may get at times some really high-pitched guitar tone, which you do get used to, but then throughout Silent Soul Throws, you get some really nice staccato guitar riffs that lead on to some really nice chord progression. That's absolutely awesome. His vocals are absolutely incredible, dynamic in range, and I just love how intense this song is, at times incorporating some slower moments throughout this song, incorporating black metal vocals at times. But halfway through the album gets a lot sinister and a lot darker, and in comes the Ulcerate reference here. It's absolutely insane. It's very proggy as well. It's quite technical, incorporate elements of technical death metal, definitely not wankery, but incorporating elements of black and death metal as well. His vocals are intense as anything, does sound very similar to Ulcerate, especially throughout some musical passages throughout Rate of the Breathing. Really love how the guitar tone actually changes throughout the song, but throughout this particular song it also goes back to those black metal elements that I was talking about previously, sounding a lot like the band Magua. tell that this band was definitely inspired by the band Maguire, in my opinion, and definitely maybe Death Spell Omega as well, because just the way they had the influence up their sleeve throughout this album. But of course, the album really kicks in the overdrive, especially in the last song, and the last song is absolutely epic, incorporating some gothic elements as well, and at the end you get a choir. But throughout the song you also get a really nice guitar solo. Solo that just lifts your soul. But this song is definitely one of the most epic and atmospheric songs off the album, incorporating the dynamic feels that you get for black and death metal. But his visceral vocals are again conveying that emotion, especially at the end, incorporating those choir elements that just make the song epic. This album by Selbst is a pretty good album in my opinion. Definitely one of my favorite albums of the month at the moment. It's up there with Havakruunu, the Finnish black metal band, but some people would argue that this is straight black metal. I disagree. This is sort of black and death metal, incorporating elements of technical death metal in my opinion. It's just how the atmosphere and just how the vocals are layered throughout this album. But fuck me, it is a really good album, so you guys should definitely check out. But for Selbst, Relatos De Angustia, I will give this a solid 8.5 out of 10. A very enjoyable album. You guys must check it out if you love black and death metal, black metal. So guys, comment below what you thought about this review, and also comment below if you're going to check out Selbst as well. Oh yeah, guys, make sure you subscribe. I really need subscribers. No, I don't. Fuck off with this cringy stuff. And by the way, Imperial Triumphant actually sounded like this. If they actually sounded like Selbst, I would absolutely love Imperial Triumphant. I would really love Imperial Triumphant. Instead, I don't like that album. So guys, stop commenting, trying to change my mind whether I like Imperial Triumphant or not, because I'm not going to fucking change my mind, because that album is garbage in my opinion. I've listened to it a few times and I just can't get into it. I'm sorry I can't get into it, and we are going to put that under the carpet now, and let's continue. Alright, so I'll see you in the next one.